Greetings, and in this short video presentation we're going to take a look at the Unit 2 Guided Practice DNS2 for CIS251. Now this assignment is pretty convoluted, and even though I have quite a few years of dealing with DNS, this is not how I would do something, but it's the Microsoft way. So we're going to go ahead and comply. Now you'll notice that I've gone in here and I've simplified the assignment by taking out one of the domains. That was the international domain. We don't need to do that. Just keep it simple. That's all we got to do here. And I'm going to show you how I would do this assignment if I were a student. Okay. Now I know I don't have any instruction from the professor on this, but if I had to do this and I wanted to do it in such a fashion that it would actually make sense to somebody else who read it, what would I do? Well, I would create me a table, and on that table I would create 3 columns, and then I would count down the number of rows that I have to have. And I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. Alright, so bring up over my Word document here, and now I'm going to click on down here. I'm going to go into Insert. I'm going to click on the table feature here for my Word. Now I'm going to copy or count over 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it doesn't make any difference if you put in 8 or 6 or whatever. It's easy to add columns and it's easy to add rows just by right-clicking inside the table and choosing your option. Okay, so if I wanted to do that, then I could just go in here and I could, let's see, insert columns to the left, insert rows above or below. Not too hard. Okay. Now, give me a space here. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go into the lab, and I'm just going to call this table contoso.com, and I'm just going to try to mimic it as much as I possibly can. So let's do the center contoso.com, like so. There you go. Now, what does the lab require? Well, let's see. It says the root domain is contoso.com, and all other subdomains must be subordinate to this one. So this is the root domain. That makes sense. The internal network must be located in a different domain than the external domain. That's fine. The organization has 3 international or internal departments: engineering, manufacturing, sales. Each must be separated in their own subdomain for the DNS solution, and I'll show you how that looks. Each host name must signify the function of each computer in the organization. The 3 servers are external perimeter network, web, FTP, and email must be part of the root domain contoso.com. We can do that too. Alright, so let's go down here. So they show you the first example, and it says we're going to call the file server that belongs to HR, which is part of the contoso.com domain, fs1.hr.contoso.com. So let's start backwards. Here's the root domain, contoso.com. The subdomain is HR, and the name of the server is fs1. Let's do another one. Here's the file server. This file server belongs to sales division. So using the format that we have over here, let's just take what we know and do the same thing for sales division. So this is contoso.com dot sales dot fs1. Just like over here, but instead of HR it says sales. Then we got manufacturing. So over here we can do contoso.com, and then we can type in MAN or MANU, whatever abbreviation you want to use for manufacturing, you can put that in there. I wouldn't use the entire name manufacturing for my subdomain, but you could. Alright. But you've got to remember, if we do that, this domain, this entire fully qualified domain name for this server is going to get rather long. So try to come up with a nice abbreviation for manufacturing. So this would be file server 6, okay, fs6.man.contoso.com. Now if you want to, you don't have to call this one fs1. You could actually just call this fs, file server.sales.contoso.com. Alright, now let's go down over here one more time. Let's do this one. This is the accounting server. Alright, as.hr.contoso.com. There's my root domain. The subdomain is HR. The name of the server is AS. Now let's do the next thing, do the same thing for the sales division. The root domain is contoso.com. The name of the domain is sales, and the name for the server will be DB. You can call it DBS if you like, or DS. You see, there is really no right or wrong way to do this. It's just a matter of perception. How you see it might be different from how I see it, or the person who wrote this lab sees it. But that does not mean that it's wrong. Okay. All right. So let's go back over here. Now the file server 7 under manufacturing, fs7-man.contoso.com. Now the subdomain is MAN for manufacturing. Over here it's sales. The sales is the subdomain at contoso.com. You see? So we've got our separation of subdomains by department. Okay. Now, we get down here to the workstations. It says the workstations must be identified by function. Alright. So this is workstation 1. WK1 dot hr.contoso.com. For the sales division, workstation 4, wk4.sales.contoso.com. Workstation 7, wk7.man.contoso.com. You see? So we're identifying these workstations by function. Their function is that they're working in either the human resources division, the sales division, or the manufacturing division. We don't really care. We're not interested in that, but here's what we got. So, Contoso, the Internet Web Server. Well, this would just be really simple, www.contoso.com. That identifies it as being the web server. Okay? Now, we have over here the FTP server, ftp.contoso.com. Huh? Internet Mail Server, Exchange, or Web Access, whatever you want to call it. You can call it exchange.contoso.com, webaccess.contoso.com, whatever you want to call it. Okay, either one. All right, so here we have that table right here. So file server 1, HR fully qualified domain name. Well, they've already got it for you here. fs1.hr.contoso.com. File server 2. Let's see, that's under sales. The DB server. You can write all that qualified domain name. So what I would do is I would just go over here, take my table that I created in my Word doc, and I'll bring it up here, and I would just go like this. File server 1. Now, that goes under the human resources. So I'm just going to copy all this over there. Like that. Bring over my HR, fully qualified domain name. Okay, that's great. Am I going to run out of columns here? Let's check and see. Yes, I'm going to run out of columns, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So I'm going to go in here and and I'm going to add in, let's see, insert columns to the right. I need, let's see, another column. There's 5. Let's do one more. Insert column to the right. Okay, great. Now I can go back over here and I can copy all this in. Sales. Looking good. Like it should. Okay, here we go. And we're just going to go ahead and fill out the information that we currently have here. You'll need to see that. And there we go. Okay, so now I have my headings all filled out. Now I just have to fill out the information for each one of those. Not too hard if we simplify the process. So here they call the subdomain for manufacturing Manuf, M-A-N-U-F, which is fine. Or you can change it to whatever you want. You know, like I said, there is no right or wrong answer, really. If you create the name for the server and you create a subdomain, I don't care what you call it, it's going to be fine. Okay? So file server 1, it's in the HR domain, and that is called fs1.hr.contoso.com. All right. Just fill that information out there. All right. So we want to make this a little bit smaller, because if we don't, what we're going to end up with is a lot, our spacing is going to be all over the place. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go, like that there. Now that way I can spread this out a little bit. All right. All right, so if you have any questions about how we go about completing this DNS assignment up in Unit 2, don't hesitate to contact your instructor. You can always call me. I'm always available in the evening, any evening after 7 p.m. All right, I will talk to everybody up in the discussions. Bye-bye.